The wind whispers through the trees outside, a gentle rustling that makes the night feel alive, yet still. Your cabin, nestled in the isolated embrace of a sprawling forest, stands as a solitary refuge against the encroaching darkness. It's been 2 days since you arrived, a welcome retreat from the chaos of the city. You longed for quiet, for the soothing lilt of nature to wash over your thoughts, but as the sun sinks lower, you find yourself increasingly aware of the shadows creeping around the edges of your retreat. From your perch on the worn-out couch, you gaze out the large window framed with peeling wood. The moon hangs heavy in the night sky, illuminating a patch of dirt and pine needles outside. As a breeze lifts the branches, a shiver runs up your spine, though it's just the wind, isn't it? You pull the plaid blanket tighter around your shoulders. Maybe the cabin feels a little too still, a little too surreal. You shake off the thought. You came here to escape, to breathe, not to make the simple pleasures of solitude into something sinister. Later in the evening, you light a candle, the flickering flame casting dancing shadows that play on the walls. You grab a book, the pages yellowed with age, a last-minute choice from the shelf of forgotten literature. The stories told within their covers seem distant now, whispering from another time. As you flip through the pages, the words blur together. Your mind drifts until a loud thud jolts you from your reverie. You set the book down, your heart pounding an erratic rhythm. The sound came from the cabin's attic, a space you dared not enter since arriving. What could be up there, in the dark, hidden from your view? With every fiber of your being, you fight the urge to investigate, to let the mystery rest and disappear with the night. But curiosity tugs at you with insistent fingers, a quiet ache that stumbles into obsession. You can't ignore it. Slowly, you ascend the creaking staircase to the attic, each step echoing in the silence. The air grows colder as you reach the door, a chill that breathes down your neck. You reach for the rusty doorknob, feeling the cool metal against your palm. As you push the door open, it swings wide with a slow creak, revealing a small, dusty space littered with old furniture and forgotten trinkets. As your eyes adjust to the dim light filtering through the grimy window, you catch sight of something at the far end of the room, a shape draped beneath a moth-eaten sheet. You hesitate, your breath catching in your throat, but something inside compels you to draw closer. Your feet shuffle forward, each step heavy with anticipation. Lifting the sheet sends a gust of stale air swirling around you. You blink in disbelief, unable to fully process the sight before you. A mirror, tall and imposing, its surface clouded with dust. But as you wipe it away with your sleeve, the clarity returns, and you see yourself reflected. But it's not just you. A figure stands behind you, shrouded in shadow, nothing but darkness where someone should be. Startled, you whirl around. The attic is empty, save for the small remnants of lives once lived. Your heart pounds, echoing in your ears as silence rushes back in, oppressive and suffocating. You take a step back, your knees weak under the sudden weight of dread. What if it was all in your mind? Yet, as you gaze back into the mirror, the figure flickers into view again, just for a moment. A sense of wrongness tightens around your throat. You turn and flee, retreating downstairs as the wind howls outside, a ready accomplice to your fear. Later that night, tucked away in your room, sleep eludes you. You toss and turn, both physically and mentally drained. The memory of the figure lingers in your mind, a slippery thing you can't grasp. Wrapping yourself tighter in blankets, you attempt to drown out the chill. Eventually, the soft crackle of the candle dying in the next room lulls you into fitful dreams, where shadows dance on the edges and whisper your name into the dark. Morning arrives slowly. The light spills the rough the curtains, warm rays stretching across the floorboards. You blink awake, momentarily forgetting the events of the previous night. But as you brew coffee, the lingering chill returns, prickling up your arms. You decide to spend the day outside, searching for normalcy among the trees. With each step into the forest, the vibrant greens and browns attempt to erase the memory of the night, their assurance embracing you. As you hike deeper, the chorus of birds and the rustle of leaves intertwine, creating a symphony of calm. Yet, a distant whisper, a reminder of the attic, grows louder in your mind. You ignore it, telling yourself that you are simply imagining things. You find a small clearing, a soft patch of grass underfoot where you can sit and breathe. The sunlight drapes around you like a warm blanket. But as you relax, you find your eyes wandering back toward the cabin. The thought of the mirror and the thing that dwelt within it beckon you back, pulling at your thoughts like a dark tide. As the sun begins its descent, the golden glow of day slowly melts into the blue-grey hues of evening. You drag yourself away from the trees and the serenity of nature, your heart heavy with an inexplicable sense of dread. The cabin waits, cold and silent, as you step inside. Shadows coil around the corners, deeper than before. You find yourself standing before the mirror again. The dust has settled back onto the surface, yet the air feels charged. You stare into the glass, your reflection staring back in quiet defiance. And then it happens again. The shadow, just behind you, flickers into view. But this time, it feels different. It feels aware. Your breath quickens as the chill sinks deeper into your bones. What are you? You gasp, a cacophony of thoughts racing through your mind. What are you doing here? The reflection in the mirror seems to smirk, almost mocking your fear. You stumble back away from the glass. The sound of muffled laughter fills the room, wrapping around you like a cold fog. You can't help but wonder, in some corner of your mind, if the shadow isn't just what the reflection wants you to believe. You search the attic again, hoping to discover an answer hidden among the clutter, but it yields nothing but dust and shadows. One of the old trunks catches your eye. You approach it, hesitating only a moment before lifting the heavy lid. Inside lies an assortment of objects, worn and weathered, a collection of lives lived, stories written without ever needing to be told. You sift through the contents, heart hammering against your ribs, your breath quickening. There are old photographs, faded memories that curl at the edges, and you flip them over to find the names written in delicate script. The smile frozen on the faces appear both familiar and horrifyingly strange. A shiver courses through you when you glimpse a picture with a stark resemblance to your own, a woman standing in front of a cabin just like yours, the same hair, same eyes. You drop the photos as the significance crashes down upon you like an avalanche. The heavy trunk slams shut, echoing in the silence. Outside, the wind mutters through the trees, but this time you sense its warning. You know you must leave, but as you turn to grab your things, a soft whisper drifts through the air. Stay. The voice is tender, seductive, wrapping around you like a silk cocoon. It stirs something in the pit of your stomach, something both yearning and terrified. You close your eyes, fighting against the pull, but it's too late. The shadow in the mirror is here, weaving its way through your thoughts. You race back downstairs, heart pounding like a war drum, the light dimming around you. You rush toward the door, but it slams shut as if held by unseen hands. The rush of panic sends you spinning around the room. Disoriented, you stumble back toward the mirror. As you reach the cusp of its surface, your fingers touch the cool glass, and suddenly, the world around you shifts. The reflection before you warps, transforming into the formless dark behind you. A void that beckons, a gaping maw hungry for your essence. You feel the pull, an invisible force reaching for your heart. You gasp, desperate to feel the wooden floor beneath your feet again. You tear yourself away from the mirror, but the shadows flit around you, whispers growing louder, a cacophony of voices rising, blending into an unintelligible chant that wraps itself around your mind. You belong. You scream, a sound lost in the darkness. You stumble back, your heel catching on an unseen object, falling to the ground, struggling to pull yourself from the flood of voices and chilling laughter. In your attempt to fight against the dark, the air grows colder, the shadows curling around you, wrapping you like an ancient predatory vine. The world tilts, the edges blurring, and in that terrifying moment, you realize you're not just in the room. You are inside the mirror. With a final push, you wrestle against the tide, a desperate sticker breaking the surface. The mirror reverberates, the shadows clinging tighter as you feel the icy fingers graze your skin. You see the figure, the reflection, so much like you, and yet not you, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly hunger. You plunge your hands onto the glass, feeling the pulse of the cold beneath your fingertips. An unseen hand grips your heart as you pull back, trying to escape, but the world collapses around you. A soundless scream echoes in your mind as you realize the horrible truth. Escape is impossible. As the dark envelops you, the cabin begins to tremble, the furniture vibrating as if resonating with your dread. There's a shimmer of light that spills around you, intertwining with shadows, and just before the world fully succumbs to dark, you catch a glimpse of your own reflection, a mixture of fear and acceptance. Yet, in those final moments, doubt drips like poison into your veins. Was it really you? Or are you just the shadow now? The candle flickers out, the darkness grips the space in a suffocating embrace, leaving the cabin silent once more. Weeks later, a couple arrives at the cabin, excited for their weekend respite amidst the looming trees. They set down their bags, tossing aside thoughts of a mundane existence, in exchange for the tranquility awaiting them. But as they step inside, they remark on a strange chill in the air, the kind that bristles against the skin, lingering long after the door closes behind them. In the attic, the mirror waits, layers of dust collecting on its surface. But for now, it remains quietly watchful, a hungry pool of dark, waiting for the next soul who might dare look too closely into the haunting depths of its glass.